I'll start with one of today's two recipes, a real marvel. We start with 45 grams or half a cup of oats, either rolled or flaked. Oats are fantastic because they help us a lot, give us plenty of energy, and on top of that, they help reduce cholesterol. We add a cup of milk or any plant-based drink you like, and this recipe works for everyone. Once we add this, we're going to give it an extra touch. With shredded coconut or another protein you like, I love dried shredded coconut. It gives it a great texture. Once we have this, we add pure cocoa powder, a natural antioxidant that also gives a lot of energy.
Pay attention, because for this to be packed with energy and anything uninteresting, you have to use cocoa. Pure cocoa powder, nothing else, no sugar.
No additives.
And definitely not the usual breakfast one they call Nesquik or cocoa. No, pure cocoa powder, nothing else, full energy.
Lastly, if you have a bit of a sweet tooth and want to give it an extra touch, you can optionally add some chocolate chips like the ones you see here, a little bit of chocolate to mix in and treat yourself a bit. After that, you just have to mix it, stirring and stirring, until you get a uniform liquid and a pretty even texture. So 1 or 2 minutes of stirring this at a good speed so it mixes completely, and then you'll have it. You just need to serve it and set it aside until breakfast time, because it's better to prepare this a day in advance. So we take a big glass. This one holds 300 milliliters, and we fill it with that mixture. Now let's move on to our second option. Let's get started as well. 200 milliliters, 1 cup of milk or any plant-based drink, and also half a cup or 45 grams of oat flakes. Remember, it's great for lowering cholesterol and very filling. Therefore, we're always interested in them. Well, those are great qualities, but we're not going to stop there. Let's take it a step further. Like adding some good things to start, a spoonful of ground almonds. Here we go. This is always amazing because it's also anti-inflammatory, so it's great for your body. Let's give it a little kick with some honey. Here we go. You can use whichever one you like best, or even another syrup, but bee honey is natural and super tasty. Besides, it goes perfectly with the flavors of this breakfast we're making. We mix it really well and add a bit of plain yogurt or unsweetened Greek yogurt, a couple of tablespoons. That's about 60 grams. Once we have it, we add the salt, the final touch, just by mixing, and we'll finish by adding fruit. In my case, we're going to use fresh fruit, and in this particular case, strawberries, which I love and are in season.
This marvel is begging for some fresh fruit. A strawberry goes perfectly with it. I know in many places you call it frutilla, but you can use another fruit, for example, mango. It would go really well with it.
You just have to distribute them, and then, as you can imagine, do the same thing as before. We're going to serve them in the glass where we want to prepare this marvel, and then we'll put it in the fridge or refrigerator. As I was saying, this is a typical recipe that you prepare in 3 or 4 minutes the night before. That way, you already have your powerful, enjoyable, healthy breakfast with some fantastic properties. So, as I said, I'm going to put both of them in the fridge or refrigerator, which I have right here, and tomorrow will be another day. All right, see you tomorrow here on Internet del Tiempo. You know, time flies, so I'm going to grab these two wonders and show you how they turned out. And if you want to treat yourself with a bit of decoration, this is very simple with a little bit of finely chopped strawberry. You place it so that it covers about half of your glass, and you'll have a simple and eye-catching decoration. Don't complicate your life, it's not worth it. With this, the cocoa one already looks super attractive, but let's give it an extra touch. Well, you can do it in many ways, but this is the way I like. Some very thin slices of banana on the side, also called guineo, also called camber. Call it whatever you want. Banana, just a little bit, don't overdo it. Just a few slices. They need to be very thin so they float easily. And on the other side, I'm going to grate a little bit of chocolate that I have saved here. Besides giving it a bit of body, it's going to add that sweet contrasting touch, so it'll give us a nice look. But at the same time, it'll be very, very tasty. All right, I'm going for it. I have it around here. Let me see if I can bring it closer. Let's see if I can reach it like this. Here it is. Sometimes it's hard to find the ingredients, but other times you already have them prepared because you have leftovers from previous recipes. I'm going to put these little shavings on top. Remember, use just a little. You want a subtle touch, not to overpower it. We don't want to lose any qualities. In the end, you have 2 desserts that look amazing for breakfast, 2 complete breakfasts full of energy and looking fantastic. 2 options to get through the morning with energy. And on top of that, everything is cholesterol lowering. Advantages. I really hope you like both options, and even more that you dare to try them, because you're going to enjoy them.
It was easy, quick, and had a great result. The best thing to get energy from a great breakfast? For both versions, here's the list of ingredients and exact amounts so you won't have any issues. And while you take notes, enjoy. Energy to
full throttle and
the best part of all. While I grab the other one, let me tell you that it's also great for cholesterol. Oats have some fantastic properties and with cocoa, energy for the whole day. I hope you like the idea and that you write to me in the comments telling me where you're watching the video from. And also, if you have an ingredient or even better, a secret breakfast that always works and is fantastic for you, tell me about it down here in the comments. That way we all learn together. Also, you can watch this video that looks amazing or subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell to stay up to date with all the latest news. Remember, I also have another recipe channel called Saladolandia under Las Dulces Fantásticas.